AO, back at it again with another video. Thank you all for watching. I greatly appreciate it. So, the playoffs are set. The Lions-Viking game just wrapped up about 10-15 minutes ago at the time of this recording. So the Lions are the 1 seed, Chiefs are the 1 seed, and then ultimately 2 seed plays the 7 seed, 3 seed plays the 6 seed, and 4 seed plays the 5 seed. So if we go to playoff picture, we'll move over to this other tab. All right. So Kansas City is the 1 seed, Detroit's the 1 seed, 2 versus 7, 3 versus 6, 4 versus 5. What do I think the script is going to be for the playoffs? There are 3 games on each side in the wild card, so 6 total wild card games. We have 4 divisional games, so that's 10 total games. 2 championship games, so that's 12. So we have 13 games being played in the playoffs. What do I think is going to happen? All right, so let's start with the 2 and the 7 seed on the AFC side. I think Buffalo handles business. I think Denver puts up a good fight, but I think Buffalo is able to handle business and move on. 3 versus 6, Baltimore versus Pittsburgh. I was really hoping for a Harbaugh Bowl, Baltimore versus the Chargers. Didn't happen. I was hoping it would happen, but it's okay. Baltimore versus Pittsburgh. I think that's going to be a great game. But as we know, Pittsburgh is one of those teams that does pretty well in the regular season, and they don't do that well in the playoffs. My bet would be the Baltimore Ravens win a tough game, close game, and move on. Houston versus LA. This is one of those that I could see either winning. Usually there's at least 1 game or 2 games in the divisional round that might be an upset. So I think the money is on LA, but I would personally go with Houston. A little bit of playoff experience, CJ Stroud. I would go Houston in that game. So that would mean Kansas City versus Houston, Buffalo versus Baltimore. On the NFC side, Philly and Green Bay. I think Philly wins a close game. I think Philly moves on. Tampa Bay, Washington Commanders. This is one of those games that I honestly think the Commanders can win. Tampa Bay is a good team. They just won the NFC South. They are the 3 seed. However, I think this game, the 3 versus 6, and I think this game is one of those games that I feel like could potentially be an upset. You know, maybe the Chargers pull it out, or maybe the Houston is able to, but I think Washington pulls this one out. Minnesota and Los Angeles. I think Minnesota is able to win a close game. So that would mean Detroit, Washington, Philly, Minnesota. I think Philly and Detroit are the NFC Championship game. And I think Kansas City versus Kansas City versus Buffalo is the conference championship game. Or, maybe Baltimore is able to move on to the conference championship past Buffalo. I think it's Kansas City, Buffalo, Kansas City versus Philly. We have a repeat of the Super Bowl from a couple years ago. I think Kansas City three-peats. It's not really what I want. It would fit the color scheme, the red and the green. Chiefs, Eagles, rematch, Super Bowl. We've seen this script before. We know how the script ends. So I think that's how it goes. Who knows? We will see. That's just how I think it'll happen. So, Chiefs, Eagles, rematch, Chiefs three-peat. And that's what I think the script will be. So, with that, I'll see you in the next video. Deuces.